The weapons of the future are alive. Welcome, huge movie fanatic Nate, stopping on by. Following up, you might have already seen my review, or not review, but showcasing of the original and probably only North American Laserdisc release that I recently acquired of Crash and Burn, and in that video you did see me show this, and it occurred to me, well, why don't I just do a separate showcasing video of this as well, stopping on by to showcase the original North American VHS release of Crash and Burn. Looking at the bottom here, we can see trademark and copyright 1990 by Paramount Pictures, all rights reserved. It's kind of interesting because I think the Laserdisc said 1991, so that's strange. Taking a closer look at the front cover, as I said in my showcasing of the Laserdisc of the same title, I absolutely love the early 90s full moon artwork and the paintings and stuff. We can see Crash and Burn logo up top. Tagline, the weapons of the future are alive, ... and your amazing painting artwork here of the DV8 here. I don't think it's even mentioned on the back that it's the DV8, but it is in fact, this robot is the DV8, the remote controllable robot made for the Mexican uranium mines or some crap like that. I really, God, I love this movie, and it doesn't hurt that we got a young cute-ass Megan Ward in the movie. Panning further down, it's not a full moon, but it's a full sun there, as this movie takes place in 2030, when you can't be outside without getting your face and your body fried to shit with the UV radiation. We can see all of the exciting, you can basically see the outpost that the movie takes place in, with the famous frickin' whatever, the radar dish there on the top, and the building's on fire in the cover art. The building never gets to be on fire, so that's a fake bunch of bull crap. Panning further down, it looks like, you know, this image of Paul Gannis and Megan Ward is just basically taken from a still screenshot from the end of the movie, and looks like just superimposed over the painting here, and same can be said with kind of Bill Moseley from the end of the movie and the little explosion behind them. One thing, you know, having just showcased the Laserdisc artwork, which of course is square, it's really interesting going from a square artwork to this more of a theatrical poster kind of artwork, where it goes, you know, it's much less wide and much more up and down. We can see now that we're looking at the VHS that there's so much more imagery of Paul Gannis and Megan Ward, like, you know, much more of them to see on the VHS version than you can see on the square artwork of the Laserdisc. So that's interesting. Like you can see like, you know, their pelvises, and that he's holding the whole gun or whatever. I can't remember what I think the Laserdisc cut quite a bit of them off, like maybe to their, you know, maybe to her bosoms and to his, you know, elbow or something. But yeah, you can see a lot more of them on the VHS cover artwork, so that's interesting. On the bottom corner you can see Paramount, other bottom corner the 1990 or 91 Full Moon Entertainment logo. Taking a look at the right spine, just white on black here, original logo for Crash and Burn. We've got the closed caption logo, catalog number 12751, and the early 90s Paramount logo. If you didn't know, for like the first 5 years of Full Moon's existence on home video, they were distributed by Paramount, which was absolutely just a godsend. Charles Band, I hope he was really grateful, because that was really amazing for, you know, the first 5 years of Paramount, or the first 5 years of Full Moon rather, to be distributed by Paramount Home Video. Taking a look at the left spine, seems to be identical to the right spine. Top of this particular VHS release looks exactly like this. Taking a look at the back of the VHS, we've got a little rectangle for some information here. Barcode and hi-fi stereo playback requires stereo hi-fi VCR. We can see VHS hi-fi stereo, and I think on the non-hi-fi tracks you've got Dolby BNR, noise reduction. Dolby and the Dolby logo are trademarks of Dolby Laboratories. Licensing Corporation makes sense to me. You can also say, let's see the tagline they just put on the back as well. The weapons of the future are alive. Got a black line, and I think this is the only time the title appears in any color other than white on the cover art. Crash and Burn logo appearing for the, at least on the cover, first and only time in red. Got 3 images, and ironically, or not ironically, but interestingly, these are the same 3 images that are featured on the Laserdisc as well. You've got a main picture of Bill Moseley choking the hell out of Paul Gannis, robot after part of his arm fell off right before the robot's going to come crashing and burning down to the ground, and also an image of a tender love-making scene. It's just so funny how they put that on the back. But if you've seen like the VHS release of Puppet Master 2, they did the same thing with Charlie spraddling like topless, holding the sheet of covering her bosoms and stuff. So they try to get the sales and or rentals by showing the sensuous, sexy stuff on their cover art. Resistance fighters confront the quote-unquote Orwellian presence of the world-dominating Unicom Corporation in this futuristic story of sci-fi action and thrills. Rebels Tyson and Aaron suspect their remote TV station has been infiltrated by a synthoid, a Unicom robot that looks and acts human, yet is programmed to kill. They discover the deadly synthoid and discover, too, that terminating the relentless humanoid is virtually impossible. Aaron, however, has an ace in the hole. A dormant 80-foot robot she's reprogrammed and brought back to life for a desperate showdown of machine versus machine. But even after one synthoid is destroyed, there may be others. Wow. If that doesn't make you want to watch the movie, I don't know what does. Underneath the synopsis, you can see abbreviated credits there. You can see Ultra Stereo. You can see copyright 1990, Full Moon Entertainment. And if you watch my Laserdisc showcasing, you know I mentioned this goofy-ass little angel apparition here on the Laserdisc. On the Laserdisc, it was underneath the. It was on the left side underneath the abbreviated credits, and now it's on the right side. For the life of me, I don't know what the hell that is. Some kind of full moon satanic imagery. I don't know. Maybe because they put this imagery on their artwork in the early years. It's how Paramount let them supported them. I don't know what the hell that is. I don't think I've ever heard Charles Band talk about that, like angel imagery. That really strange, you know, frickin' little drawing there thing. But yeah, I never really gave it much thought until recently. You got rating, you know, an R rating, of course, because there are some bosoms in a shower in this film, and sex scene without any bosoms, and I can't remember. I don't know if there's really any swearing in it. I still don't know what drit means. I don't know if drit's a swear word, if you could say that on TV, but that one guy calls Megan Ward a drit, I think twice. Is it twice? It's hard to say. We've got bottom corner Paramount logo that's blue, Full Moon Entertainment logo that's blue, and also you can see the Paramount security sticker here, which is white with blue print there. Taking a look at the VHS cassette itself, I'm not exactly sure what this F means. It would have been placed on there by the video store. You know, all I can think of is F for Full Moon or whatever, or maybe they rate this movie an F, maybe it gets an F. At least it's not an F minus, but not exactly sure what the F is for. The video store probably knew what the F is for. I can't even think of what the hell the F would be for, but taking a closer look at the label itself, we can see a video store sticker they stuck on there, 2886. Back in the early 90s, this is what Paramount was doing. We've seen in several of these over the course of all these videos, kind of a multicolored label. We've got a white label with how many colors? Blue, burgundy, and green, I think. So just what, 3 colors? Paramount logos in blue. Your main information that's exclusive to this particular title's in burgundy, and then like you got a blue line, and then the, you know, warning copyright information is green. It's just really strange, and it makes you wonder, like I say, having 3 colors must have cost a lot more money than simply having 1 color. So Paramount was willing to spend the money for all these colors, but Crash and Burn 1990, color 85 minutes stereo, rated R, closed caption logo, recorded in ultra stereo. And I'm assuming, once again, for your non-hi-fi tracks, you do have the the Type B noise reduction presented or provided by Dolby Licensing Laboratories and all that stuff. Taking a look at the spine of the video cassette, we've got the white label, burgundy crash and burn, burgundy stereo, blue line, green hi-fi, blue logo, and burgundy burgundy catalog number. And one thing I did notice looking at the spine, and it's the same way on the top label on the top of the cassette, is there's like if you move the label and the light hits it just right, you can see like a hidden, kind of like a watermark, like a hidden Paramount logo kind of appears above the stereo. I don't know if I'll be able to show that in the pictures or not, but I just kind of noticed that because it's a sunny day, and it's like a hidden watermark there, which often proves this video cassette's, or at least the label's authenticity, that it's truly from Paramount. But that's interesting. And then when I kind of do it with the top label, it's kind of like that it's a Paramount logo that if you tilt the label just right in the light, is a Paramount kind of dead center of the label, maybe a little off to the right, more or less dead center. Kind of the logo just appears if you tilt this to catch the light just right. That's interesting. So all of these labels that have this era that have these three colors must all do the same thing. It's interesting how I didn't notice that until now. Guess that about does it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, we'll catch you on the next video.